Over there!
We can't let him get away!
Too late, fool! You will not escape! Us? What in the name of... Gary?
I'm sorry, okay? I hadn't prepped this part of the dungeon yet. I haven't had the time.
But you don't suffer from this, do you? For more than 2 years, you've helped us to enhance our tools, grow our map libraries, and given us a warm welcome in the community of map makers and game masters. We are honored to be part of this community, and all we can say is thank you.
Bring it on.
Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Till. I am the founder of DGNFOG and you are watching another one of our weekly map making, our weekly DGNFOG community updates. And today we're talking about the update that just recently hit the server, which is patch 5.6.2. And with that we are introducing a new, amazing new feature that is the prop templates. So if you have any questions, if you want to ask me something, just type your question in the chat. If you want to help me to find your question, type a big question in front of it. That will allow me to see it faster. And there is the update that we've just released is super fresh. So fresh that I had to shift back the stream a tiny little bit because we had to fix something. So the news are going to be released, I assume, either while I'm streaming and you will get an update once the news and the patch notes are out, or after the stream. So this is super fresh. And we're going to look at what is included in the recent patch. Especially we're going to look at the prop templates. And for that I have prepped, or I was just in the means prepping something for you, which is just a little example scenario here. So let me just restructure things here. I need the thorny shrubs, the mushrooms need to be on top. Where's my second mushroom? There it is. Moss needs to be at the bottom. The tree trunk needs to be at the bottom. There you go. Okay, so this is standard scenario, right? You have something, you have a quite nice combination of assets that you really like, and you feel like this is cool. I would love to use this on more than just one map. So now there's a way to do that, because as you remember in the oh no, you've lost voice. How did that happen? You can still hear me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why you're not hearing me. Very quiet. Yes, but you got a lot quieter. Well, I didn't do anything. Let me just quickly check if I can ramp up the mic here a little bit. There you go. As soon as I switched scenes. Oh, okay. Well, interesting. So the scene switch seems to be affected. I will look into that. I can at least ramp up the gain. No, I can't. Wait. The gain a little bit. I hope you're still hearing fine. Apologies. I will look into that later. I will not keep myself now up with terrible detail fine-tuning my audio. I will fix that later. Okay. So, where was I? Right. So you remember that we introduced the room templates just quite recently, and it was like, oh, that's perfect. I can create a room, I can save the room, and I can reuse it later. The the follow-up question would then be, well, I would like to do the same with props as well. And we said, yeah, sure, that's the next thing we're going to tackle. And here we are. So what you have is you have a very nice combination of assets here, and you really would like to reuse that throughout all your maps. So you want to build your own little library of prop combinations, and it's just whatever a prop is. So in DGNFOG, we identify every map object as that's when I say prop. So what you can see here is there are several assets like image props that we have here. We have the white mushrooms, we have a thorny shrub here. So if I turn them all off, you will see how this actually looks like from the beginning. So I just started with a little brush here at the bottom, and then I've put a tree trunk on top of it, and then I've added a little moss here and some fern and all the other things and the mushrooms. There you go. And I do think that the fern could be on top. Nope, that was the shrub, sorry. So let's put the fern on top. There you go. So now that I'm happy with that, and I feel like, oh, this is a prop combination that I could use throughout many maps. All I need to do is I need to go into, wait, where am I? Sorry. What happened? Content, there you go. It just didn't update. I need to go here and I create a new folder, and I'm calling that the rotten tree trunk. There you go. And now I'm placing all my props in here. Again, I'm doing this from the bottom to the top so that the sorting order doesn't get mixed up. And I have added them now. And yes, exactly. Forecaster is just saying in the chat. That means one click place tables and chairs. Exactly. So that's let's just finish that one, and then let's build the next set that I will definitely use a lot. So once I have that, I can select the whole group, and I can click on Create Prop Template, which is a new option here that you get when you select the prop group. And when I click that, I get a little preview window, and I can name that. It's already named after the folder that I have created. And I can define a category, which could be prop jungle, and the tag is, let's say, jungle and trees and I'm not sure if I spell that right. Foliage, that's how it should be. Okay, so now I've tagged them, and I can click create, and it is created. Amazing. What can I do with that now? So let's get rid of that. If I go to props, this is usually what you see. This is the regular prop search. You will find a new selection here that's called My Template. And in your templates, you can now see those. I previously created one, so now I have 2 of them in here, which means that I will delete one now. And I have 2 preset templates that I was building for myself. The one is just a patch with a palm tree and a fern and some grass. And I can take this and patch them on the map. I can also make it bigger or smaller. And the second is what we've just created, which is this one. And now I can place that here too. And as you can see, they all, same as with the room templates, they stay editable. So I can go in and I can say, okay, I want a variant of this. So I will, at least for this one, let me just go in there and select the dying fern and remove it, and remove that one too. And let's get rid of the moss. And now I have a variant of this, and this is super, super easy. Same goes, and I think this is probably a very useful prop template that I should create, is a chair. Let's see, in the fantasy, furniture, no, tables, wooden chair. Let's create one here. So it's 1, 1, 2, 3. No, you don't let me place it. I'm sorry, why are not? 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. And let's put a tavern table on top of that. There you go. So now I can create a new one that's called table and chairs. And I can put my tables in there. Sorry, my chairs in there. And my tavern table. And I probably want to adjust them a little bit here. Right. Selecting the group, creating a template that is furniture, and the tag will be table, chairs, tavern, might be nice ones. Create. There you go. So from now on, whenever I want to place this combination, I have saved it. And as before, as the same as with the room templates, I can use them throughout all my maps. So even if I exit this map and I create a new one, I will have those templates because they are saved to your account and not just on the map. There's still a few things that we might need to tweak and fix over the next couple of days until the patch is completely finished. But we said we want to make this available to you as fast as possible so you can play around with that. There are some other. Let me just quickly bring up my patch notes. Patch notes, patch notes, patch notes, patch notes. April the 13th. Okay, what else do we have here? Well, we've updated the general categories. Random template placing, Forecaster says in the chat. Well, that sounds interesting. We will see. So we've updated some of the categories management to reflect that we now have room categories and prop categories. You can now use the mouse to rotate and resize sub-segments of brushes and shapes, so that is new as well. Let's see if it works. Again, very fresh build. So let's see if that works as well. So I create a brush shape here, and well, that's not a good example, and a brush shape there. Yes, I can now change single segments within a shape, or I could select the whole shape and change it. So that's new as well. What else do we have? The levels drop down now scrolls when there are large numbers of levels. Amazing, that's perfect. Tooltips have been added to the top bar icons. So you now, I believe, have report map, save map, undo, non-active because I can't click on it, and exit. And then there are a couple of bug fixes. The second we've released the news, you will see the bug fixes. The most important part for bug fixing on this update is we have addressed some of the bugs that you have reported in the past couple of days, to be honest, regarding the campaigns. We've fixed the bug where tokens with sight disabled were still showing through Fog of War. So if you had a token and it had sight, and you disabled the token, like you said, it's invisible, it was still affecting the Fog of War. That has been fixed now. Hiding a token per se will disable the sight for the tokens until it is unhidden. So that's basically how we're doing this. And we've implemented a fix that was preventing remote campaign screens from loading. So some of you have reported to us that when you as a player are trying to see the map that the GM is sharing with you, you were just seeing black. And that should be fixed now too. Although, as always, your feedback is much appreciated to really confirm that this bug has been fixed. And on the road ahead, we're going to release a little bit sooner than usually. So I believe this week, probably early next week, we're going to release our new asset pack. And if you want to see what the new asset pack is and what I'm doing with it, join me on the map stream this Thursday, because I will be using the new asset pack to create a map, and specifically because that was requested in the last Welcome to the Mapness stream, we're going to build a little scenario where I can show you how the GM tools work, like the campaign manager and the Fog of War and the player version. So this is what we're going to do this Thursday. In regards to Project Deus, today I've received some patch updates that we are going to review this week. There is another big bunch of things that we want to add before we release the next version to the self-updater. But as far as I've seen, the whole prop management will be back to what it was in Alpha 1. Like in the previous alpha, with random placement, jitter to the props, like scatter to the props and stuff like that. And next week we will tackle parenting, prop parenting to landmasses. I'm not sure if we will be finished to release it by the end of next week. It might be that it takes a little bit longer, but definitely within April, there will be a new version to Deus as well, so keep an eye out for that. I will also, by the end of the month, there will be a new mapping it out, where we will then look at the latest build in the stream with Guy Sklenders from How to Be a Great GM. I think that's it from the news side of DGNFOG. I must say I'm extremely proud of the team. Like, we've dished out in the past couple of weeks so many new features and tools and updates. That's just mind-blowing. I'm already struggling to write all the news and write all the updates. So the next thing there's going to be another week of just bug fixing for us, which is then going to be released as a patch next week. And then there might be a little bit more silence on the DGNFOG end, on the online battle map editor part, because then we will dive into the GM nodes development, and that is it's a rework of the full GM nodes structure. And that just might take more than 3 weeks, probably a month, depending on how fast we are. However, it's not completely true that we will stay silent, because on May the 4th be with you, we will be doing another big announcement that we've been working on for quite some time now. Many of you might guess what it is. It has to do with external artists. So if everything goes as planned, on May the 4th, we will start our beta on the marketplace. But in terms of developing editor features, it will get a little more silent, because we will focus on the gem nodes, because our goal would be that in June we hopefully are finished with the gem nodes part and will then focus on the tools that you've voted for. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. As always, keep an eye out. Oh, Lars just adds favorites are being converted to user preference for next week. Yes. Thank you for the reminder. What we are currently doing is we're saving your favorite fonts, your font favorites, and your color filter favorites. We're saving them in the in your browser, which means that if you're switching browser or if you're switching your computer, you're losing the favorites. This wasn't the most clever idea, so we said, okay, we're going to change that. We're going to make them account based, so your favorites are available throughout your account on every machine. But that means that we have to wipe your favorites. So please, if you've already started to build your own font favorite list or your own color filter favorite list, write them down, make a screenshot, because you will have to reapply them after next week. Scar Truck, I'm sorry, yes, we're almost closing at the moment, but the VOD will be available in a second. So coming back to streams, I will be in another stream where we will be doing mapping on Thursday, specifically looking at the new assets and looking at the GM tools. And from our Circle of World Builders news, what is up there? So, World Anvil is running Adventure April, a one-shot challenge that is now live. If you write a one-shot on World Anvil and share it with the world, you can do that now. Check it out at, I will post the link. Check it out here. Keora is, for those of you who haven't noticed yet, has updated his Patreon tiers. So he is now having a new Patreon tier level where you can get official support for Wonder Draft, Dungeon Draft, Foundry Premium Pack soon, as well as DGNFOG stuff. And that's it. That's it from my side. Forecaster says, if you play a game on May the 4th using DGNFOG, all players will have lightsabers for some reasons. Nice. That's a good one. Guys, have a good evening, have a good day, have a good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy map making. See you soon. Bye.